that's a secure job for them and an investment in Australia's future. This isn't going to be fixed up by a fake tradie ad campaign. It needs real commitment from the Prime Minister. We also need to give young people hope for the future. Young Australians have had a real kick in the guts in 2020. Those who've been finishing school, thinking about what comes next, getting a job, getting an apprenticeship, starting uni, all of them have had the year from hell. What we need to do to give young Australians hope for the future is be an economy that builds things, makes things, cares for people and provides good jobs with decent pay. We need to build things. By investing in infrastructure, we can provide jobs for Australians and make our cities and our regional towns and our country areas better places to live. Investing in roads, in schools, in TAFEs, in parks. We need to make things. By investing in cheaper, cleaner, renewable energy, we can restore Australia's manufacturing future. We need to care for people. There are so many jobs where we could be looking after people in aged care, fixing the waiting list for home and community care, for example, caring for younger Australians, people who are sick in our community. And we need to make sure that the jobs we do create are well-paid, secure jobs, because we know that if you've got $20 in your pocket and the certainty of a job tomorrow, you're much more likely to stop on the way to work for a cup of coffee or take the kids out for pizza on a Friday night. By providing secure jobs with decent pay, we're supporting confidence in our economy. That means people are spending money and creating jobs for other Australians. Any questions? Well, the number one thing we can do to fix the aged care crisis is have a federal government that takes responsibility for aged care. As usual, the Prime Minister runs for the hills when anything that he's responsible for gets difficult. He's a Prime Minister that's always there for the photo op, never there for the follow-up. He's always there to take credit, he's never there to take responsibility. Aged care is clearly the federal government's responsibility, and this government has cut billions from aged care. So they need to restore the funding, they need to look at staffing levels, careers for people who work in aged care, making sure that there are the skilled, qualified staff available to properly look after every older person, either in their home or in aged care when they go into aged care. Don't forget, the problems in aged care predate COVID-19. This Royal Commission started before COVID-19 because there were already problems in aged care. We already had reports of people with ants crawling out of wounds in aged care facilities. We know that there were thousands of people who died waiting for home care. They qualified for home care, they were acknowledged as needing help in their homes, but they were still waiting for that care when they died. So we need to have a federal government in the first instance that takes responsibility for aged care. Well, I think it's very important to listen to people who are working in aged care describe what they need to properly look after their patients, people and their residents. People who choose a career in aged care choose it because they love the satisfaction of caring for older Australians, many of whom are very vulnerable as they age. Of course, we should be listening to the union and their plans for aged care.
Australia's cap on international arrivals was increased on Friday. Does more need to be done given that thousands of people are having flights cancelled, dealing with price gouging?
Absolutely, we need to be doing more to help Australians who are stuck overseas. My office is dealing with dozens of cases of people who are stuck overseas trying to get home. They've done the right thing, they've bought airline tickets, they've packed up their family, they've got to the airport, flights being cancelled. Some people have had flights cancelled 2 or 3 times. They're